Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, we visit Hyderabad to speak to India's latest talent in men's singles, as Samir Verma tells us about making his mark on the badminton circuit. And we're in Birmingham to discover the magic of badminton's oldest tournament, the YONEX All England Open Badminton Championships. The success of Saina Nehwal had reinvigorated badminton in India and had paved the way for talents like Kidambi Srikanth and Olympic silver medalist Prasarla V. Sindhu. More recently, a new generation of shuttlers is emerging from the South Asian nation. One of these young talents is Samir Verma. The 22-year-old caught the world's attention last year when he defeated Denmark's #1 men's singles player, Jan Jorgensen, in the semi-finals of the YONEX Sunrise Hong Kong Open to reach his first World Superseries final.
Even when I was leaving for Hong Kong, I didn't think much about the tournament. My only thought was, since I was going to compete, I should give my best.
Born in Madhya Pradesh, a state in central India, the right-hander took an interest in badminton at the tender age of 5.
My father likes playing badminton, so my brother Surab and I joined him. We started competing at district levels, and we began to win at competitions. I got more interested in the sport, and so did Surab.
Together with elder brother Surab, they moved to Hyderabad to train at the renowned Pulela Gopachand Badminton Academy. Samir was 15 then, but he already knew what he wanted.
To become a better player, you'll need to do a bit more extra. You discuss with your coach about your game and also prepare for matches, which usually happens on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
A year after enrolling at the reputed Badminton Academy, the teenager began to shine. In 2011, he won silver at the Commonwealth Youth Games and the Asian Junior Championships and took bronze at the BWF World Junior Championships. But just as Samir thought his career was taking off, he was confronted with injury woes.
In 2012, I had a back injury, and because of that, my performance suffered. I had to stop playing, and for a while, I was also mentally exhausted. But I got better and recovered, so I started playing at the national tournaments in India, and my ranking began to pick up. But then, I injured my ankle, and my back injury returned in 2013.
Recovered from his injuries and back on court, Samir clinched his first senior title at the Bahrain International Series and doubled his top-of-the-podium finish in 2013 with victory at the Bahrain International Challenge. And just as he was ready to return to more competitive action, an appendicitis operation left Samir with another setback in 2014. But the young shuttler was determined to get back into action.
To keep myself motivated, I had to think positive. I also watched some of my matches on videos and watched the matches of Lindan and some of my other badminton idols. I would keep track of their tournaments. I also talked to my brother and my coaches and learned about whatever that was happening on the court.
He finally returned to full competitive badminton in 2015 and went on to win the national championships that year. Slowly but surely, Samir started to get back on track on the international circuit. 2 back-to-back wins in Bahrain and a title at the Tata India International Challenge wrapped up an impressive comeback year.
2015 was a new beginning for me. I saw it as an opportunity to start over and do better.
He carried forward the winning momentum into 2016. A quarter-final finish in Thailand, a semi-finalist at the Bitburger Badminton Open Grand Prix Gold, and a runner-up at the Hong Kong Open saw the Indian shuttler rise up the ranks. And it was the semi-final victory against the then world number 3 in Hong Kong that was the most impressive of 2016.
After winning my quarter-final match, I went to watch Jorgensen's game. He was playing in the next court. I wanted to see and learn his game. I wanted to find out how he reads his opponent, his mindset, how he handles pressure, his weaknesses and his strength. People told me that Jorgensen and my game are almost similar. He had just won the China Open, and my next match in the semi-final could be against the then world number 3.
Samir played his heart out in the semis, and he defeated Janne Jorgensen, who was brimming with confidence after coming off the back of winning the China Open.
In my mind, I was trying to figure out how I should play my game. I knew he was the world number 3, but if I play my game well, I could win. We played 2 very tight games. During the match, whenever I was down, I would not give up and kept on persevering.
It was another hard-fought battle in the final against local favourite Ng Ka Long. Samir came up short against Ng, but his breakthrough performance in Hong Kong shot him into the top 30 of the world rankings.
I learned that if I continue to hope and work hard, and if I aim higher and do more, I can be better in the next tournament.
His good form continued in 2017. Samir clinched his first Grand Prix gold title in his first tournament of the year, finishing on top of the winner's podium at the Syed Modi International Badminton Championships.
When I am on the court, I am now very focused and I'm very hardworking. That's what brought me up to this level today. So I know that if I continue to work hard, be more focused in my game, and train more, I can go further.
As Samir matures, so has his game. Playing in the big league comes with its own challenges, and the 22-year-old is taking it in his stride.
In badminton, there are ups and downs. The sport has taught me a lot, how to grow to be a better person and player. I also want to improve on my on-court performance. For me, badminton is my life. It has brought me this far, and all I want to do now is to do better in my game.
For Samir Verma, it is just the beginning of his journey. As he strives for excellence and bigger awards, the player from Madhya Pradesh hopes to make a name for himself on the global arena. Time to test your badminton knowledge. How familiar are you with the big hitters of the sport? In this week's trivia, we want you to name the player with the fastest competition smash in women's singles. Have a think, and we'll reveal the answer after the break. When we return, we have all the action from finals day of the YONEX Sunrise India Open. With digital innovations, shuttle time is now more fun, engaging and accessible than ever. So get connected to BWF's Badminton Schools program. Find out more about BWF's grassroots initiatives on these platforms. Download the app, visit the website, and get active on Facebook. Your gateway to shuttle time has never been so easy. Before the break, we asked you to name the player with the fastest competition smash in women's singles. The answer is Ratchanok Intanon. At the 2016 Celcom Axiata Malaysia Open, the Thai shuttler unleashed a thunderbolt in the semi-finals against China's Wang Yihan. The 22-year-old smash clocked 372 kilometers per hour, the fastest ever recorded in women's singles. Ratchanok won that tournament, her second title in a hat-trick of World Superseries crowns last year, which started at the YONEX Sunrise India Open and concluded at the OUE Singapore Open. The Thai sensation proved that she is not just all about deceptive strokes and tricky net shots, as firepower is clearly not lacking in Ratchanok's arsenal. Badminton has been enjoying rapid growth, and the global spread of the sport has also seen its shuttlers gain worldwide acclamation and recognition. So much so that football, arguably the world's most popular sport, is cashing in on the increasing popularity of the fastest racket game. Olympic and world champion Carolina Marin was in Singapore recently to promote one of football's most exciting leagues, the La Liga.
I am La Liga ambassador. Yeah, it was very exciting and I feel really happy to be part of La Liga and one of the ambassadors to promote La Liga in Asia.
Launching an office in the Lion City, La Liga hopes the island nation can be a gateway to Asia in establishing its reach around the region. With the shuttle game a favorite in Asia, they've capitalized on Spain's very own high-profile badminton player to boost the popularity of the Spanish league.
Carolina Marin is popular here and she's one of the best. Spain has some of the best footballers, so that's why we've combined these two elements together.
One of the best strikers of his generation, former Real Madrid star Fernando Morientes, believes Marin's iconic status in Asia can help expand the La Liga brand in places where badminton is more popular than Spain's great football clubs.
She's a great athlete and she has achieved amazing honors for our country. To promote Spanish sports, it's important for her to be part of the family of La Liga.
With her influence, the Rio Olympic gold medalist aims to bring Spanish football closer to her Asian fans with activities organized around her tournament schedule.
It's going to work together because I just promote La Liga in Asia and while I'm playing some tournaments. So I just take the time while I'm practicing or while I'm competing, and when I have a little bit of free time, I just take this time to have an event of La Liga.
With Marin, badminton and football have formed an unlikely partnership, and the key unifying factor is the winning mentality both sports share.
There is an important relation between the two sports. Carolina has an amazing winning and fighting spirit. Her fans can also see the same qualities in football as well.
There's no doubt Carolina Marin is flying the Spanish flag high in badminton, and the Spanish ace is now playing a key role in raising the visibility of Spanish football. The MetLife BWF World Superseries circuit made its way to Asia when New Delhi hosted the YONEX Sunrise India Open at the Siri Fort Indoor Stadium. Kicking off finals day was women's doubles, and fans were treated to an all-Japanese final. Shiho Tanaka and Koharu Yonemoto went up against compatriots Naoko Fukuman and Karumi Yonao. It was a close encounter as the first game unfolded, but the opening game eventually went to Fukuman and Yonao, who finished strongly. Last year's runners-up, the world number 7 pair couldn't prevent the match from going to a third, after Tanaka and Yonemoto staged a comeback in the following game. Fukuman and Yonao's challenge dropped off drastically from then on, and their opponents cruised to seal the championship point for their first ever World Super Series title. Final score 16-21, 21-19, 21-10. Mixed doubles was next, and it was China's turn to showcase its talent in the field. World number 1 tandem Zheng Siwei and Chen Qingchen took on compatriots Lu Kai and Huang Yachong. Zheng and Chen got off to a winning start, grabbing the first game despite Lu and Huang's late pressure. The recently crowned All England champions didn't give up though, storming home the second game. With the decider finally poised, the third game was a tight contest. In the end, Lu and Huang's composure helped them to victory, and the pair clinched their second title for the year. The world number 4 duo were crowned champions with the final score 22-24, 21-14, 21-17. Chinese Taipei's top men's singles shuttler Cho Tianchen faced Denmark's Olympic bronze medalist Victor Axelsen in the following final. The lanky Dane had beaten Cho in their 3 previous meetings and looked on course for another victory after he comfortably took the opening game. World number 9 Cho was struggling for form and was second best against a confident Axelsen. After 36 minutes of play, Cho had to settle for the run-up spot. Axelsen victorious in straight games, 21-13, 21-10, the final score. The men's doubles showdown was a repeat of last year's all-Indonesian encounter. Ricky Karandaswamy and Angga Pratama were hoping to upstage defending champions Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo this time around. Fresh from their win at the YONEX All England Championships last month, Gideon and Sukamuljo were high in confidence going into this one. The world number 1 pair didn't let Suwardi and Pratama get an in from the start, and the first game quickly went in their favour. Their dominance continued in the following game, and Gideon and Sukamuljo cruised to victory and added the YONEX Sunrise India Open crown to their names. The match ended with a final score 21-11, 21-15. Concluding the day was the one match the home fans were eagerly anticipating, the women's singles final. It was a tantalizing repeat of the Rio Olympics final between Indian star Prasanna V. Sindhu and her conqueror in Brazil, Carolina Marin. With the crowd firmly behind her, Prasanna wasn't about to disappoint the home crowd. She battled her way to grab the opener even after Marin had threatened to claw her way back in the closing points. Marin had not won a World Superseries crown since the 2015 YONEX Sunrise Hong Kong Open, and the drought continued in New Delhi. The Olympic champion had no answers to Prasanna's inspired form. Much to the delight of the home fans, the Indian ace was crowned champion after 2 games. 21-19, 21-16 read the final score. After the break, we are in Birmingham to find out why the All England Open Badminton Championships has been a favourite for over a century. Get connected with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and tell us what you think of the latest news. Or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging post for your favourite player on Facebook. If you've got any comments or photos, share them with us on these social media platforms.
What's so magical? Where do you stop? Where do you start?
I think it's just the atmosphere and the buzz that the players create around it.
I was one of those kids hanging over the railings, trying desperately to attract the attention of players, getting my t-shirts signed, my posters signed.
The All England is just one of the most prestigious tournaments. I think if you ask any of the foreign players, even the English players.
I think the organisation of it is really good. The crowd when you get on court is amazing.
It's probably the one that everyone wants to win, and yeah, that's why it's so special.
Yes, they're talking about the prestigious YONEX All England Open Badminton Championships. Our cameras dropped in at the latest instalment of the sport's oldest tournament to learn more about how it has captured the imagination of players and fans for over a century.
It started in 1899 in London, and it was basically the year before the local club of Guildford ran a tournament, and it was such a success that Badminton England or as it was known in those days, Badminton Association, decided to run their own tournament. And it was just a one-day event with no singles, just doubles played. Before the World Championships started in 1977, it was considered the unofficial World Championships, and everybody wanted to win it.
When you look through the years, over the decades, some of the amazing names that's been associated with our sport have all held that title, whether it's a singles or a doubles title. These just amazing players really synonymous with our sport have held that title.
A fundamental element of any great sporting event is having a reliable team to manage the different components and put it all seamlessly together. Badminton England recognises this need and has founded the success of the championships on the basis of not just having the right people with the tools, but with the right passion as well.
We have a really committed workforce here. We have around 250 members of workforce, the majority of those voluntary, and leading key areas are some team leaders. So those team leaders are again voluntary. So we have checklists, we have planning documentation pre the event, and we know what needs to be done at certain times, but there's a huge amount of trust in the expertise and enthusiasm, passion from those key workers, those team leaders as well. It's about bringing on a workforce that wants to join you on that journey. They want to feel the goosebumps of running something that's really cool at the end of the day as well, and making a difference, hopefully.
Another hallmark of the All England has been its iconic venue, the Barclaycard Arena. It's the 8th home in the history of the tournament, and with its excellent track record with players, fans and stakeholders, administrators are more than happy for the championships to stay in the Midlands.
We have been here, as you say, for more than 20 years now, and the City Council, Birmingham City Council, the NEC Group are key partners for us. We're in the middle of the city centre. The players, their bedrooms are 5 minutes walk away from here. The convenience of the city for spectators, we're in the middle of the country here. It's a very easy place to get to. We're very comfortable here. The venue, the redevelopment of this venue 3 years ago has definitely added value to the spectator, I think to the players as well. There's not a player that I speak to that doesn't tell me that they enjoy playing at the Barclaycard Arena, so with that in mind, why would we move?
I never forget playing in the main draw for the first time, and I had Raj on court next to me playing, and my coaches are like, concentrate, but the crowd just, you know, they really help you play well and lift your game, and I think just because it is the All England, it just has that feel about it.
To continuously maintain high standards, it's important not to run into tricky obstacles for any organiser. But for Badminton England, it's what drives them.
I think some of the challenges for us in more recent times have been around the advancements with technology. So, for example, we've got the integrated system with Hawkeye, the instant review system. It's a challenge of when do we install that, how do we cover it, how do we manage the cabling, how do we get that much power around a single court. We've got a massive arena screen here this year, which is a huge development for us, but it's balancing the use of that against maybe the light and how that would impact the on-court activity.
If we weren't attracting the best players in the world, if we weren't getting almost 30,000 spectators attend over the course of the 6 days, that's pressure. We're absolutely honoured to host the YONEX All England. As you say, 107 years, we've kind of got used to it. If there was pressure, we've kind of got used to it by now. But we have an amazing venue, brilliant partners, fantastic crowd, and amazing players. That's not pressure. It's a joy.
The All England is a world-class badminton tournament and serves as an excellent advert for the sport. Judging by another successful edition this year, the YONEX All England Open Badminton Championships look set to remain as one of the events to look out for in world badminton.
And we want the players to go away thinking, do you know what, that was a great event. We loved that. We're going to talk about that. We got a pin badge from that event, and I'm not going to trade that one. That's what we want it to be, memorable.
Every year we try to do something different. Every year we try to do something new. We try to keep everyone excited. So On behalf of everyone connected with Badminton England, thank you for all of the support that we get from around the world to make this championships so special.
Before we go, let's take a look at the Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week, Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov get chatty with us as Russia's dynamic duo tell us about their journey together. We'll see you next week.